What does a hit film do to you personally?
It's a great morale booster when you work hard on a film and it works and people appreciate it and there's just a positivity around.
एक घर में तीन actors, एक veteran action director, literally who is the person who will give you accurately information about what you should do, who will you listen to, who has the best knowledge about box office.
What I should do, all of them keep saying just listen to your heart and listen to your own instincts when it comes to script. But when I have to go for advice, it will be I will go first to my dad and then Katrina if it's script related. And post the release, it's my dad. He's really following up on films in terms of trade and box office and everything.
We saw you and Rashmika on the ramp. That has got a lot of fans excited because you all are working together. What is she like?
Oh, she's amazing. She's. I don't think I've ever met a person who's just so full of warmth and positivity all the time, all the time. And I really had a great time working with her on Chava.
Now Sunny's movie is coming, and I interviewed him also, and he told me a very funny story about you, Vicky.
Really?
Like one of those magazine things where you're the most desirable man.
Oh yes.
And you were sitting at home with, and you had a bit of a paunch, and your mother was saying, "Ye dekho, ye hai most desirable."
Well, he was being very sweet if he said a bit of a paunch. It was a proper one, but.
Vicky, welcome to Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
We've got you straight after you've won an award for the Endorser of the Year in male category, in the entertainment category. Did you expect this kind of awards coming your way? It's a big one.
No, to be very honest, no. When this came up to me, I was pleasantly surprised, but humbly accept it, and it only motivates me to just keep doing better.
Right. I know you've already answered a lot of brand-related questions, but just is it? What I want to ask you is it very time-consuming, or you've accepted this is a part of my stardom, and this will always be a part, and I should play some important role, pick them properly, have these agencies?
No, sure. This always comes along, and as an audience, you've seen, actors and stars always balancing out their creative work along with endorsements. So I'm just very happy to be part of the circus.
That's the best way to describe it. Now I'm meeting you. I didn't get to meet you during Bad Newz, but big congratulations. This is the best time I feel to meet.
Thank you.
What does a hit film do to you personally?
It just makes you feel very good. Gets you to be on the receiving end of lovely compliments and many congratulations, and just a happy team.
Right.
It's a great morale booster when you work hard on a film and it works and people appreciate it, and there's just a positivity around.
Right.
It encourages you, it motivates you, and it just puts you in a happy space. It's always a great feeling to be on the receiving end of love. So that's how it makes you feel.
When a film is a hit, everything is fine and everything is great. When films don't work, how do you get up the next day? What motivates you in particular, personally, to go back on a set?
Doesn't make you feel good for sure. It takes a few days for you to kind of, because no matter how detached you are, you're still attached to it. There's always an umbilical cord attached to the film that you've done, because there's a certain amount of hard work that's gone into it. So it's not a nice feeling. You don't wake up motivated, at least the next day for sure. You're still hoping for a miracle. But the sooner you say to yourself that you got to just buckle up and just concentrate on the film that you're shooting now, or the next release, or whatever it could be that gets you going.
Right.
But you catch up with your team for sure, who made that film, because every team comes together to make a good film with the hope that it will click with the audiences. But if it doesn't, you try better.
Right, that's great. Can an actor, do you plan releases like that? There should be one biography. Okay, then let's have a commercial masala. Let's have a comedy. Can you plan it that way?
No, because in today's time, there's no really a set pattern that this is when the film is going to release.
Right.
You always have a ballpark idea. Okay, this is when we are shooting, and we'll aim to release it at this time. But in today's time, it changes every time. Like from the biggest film to the smallest film, the release date keeps changing.
Right.
So it's not in your hands, and it's more so the producer's prerogative, to decide on when's the best time for this kind of a film or that kind of a film. So that way you can never really plan.
Right. And also, many would feel Bad Newz is like a safe bet. Zyada chance hai chalne ka. Do you think there's anything like a safe bet?
I don't think in today's time anything is a safe bet, because See, the thing is, like I said, every team comes together to make a good film, and with the hope that it clicks with the audiences. There's always, and because we have such a diverse audience, which I think if they sense honesty in a product, in a film, in a storytelling or the performance, they do appreciate it. We are living in times where Lapata Ladies also people really appreciate, or it's 12th Fail, or it's the biggest, it's Pushpa or Kalki. It's the spectrum is huge, and people are really actually debunking any kind of formula.
Yeah,
they're just making you believe that there's no formula.
So true, yeah.
So I don't think there's a way that you can really go about it. But I think you just go about your films and your efforts honestly, and
right. When things work out the way Bad Newz did, do you end up making a lot of friends on the set? Can we say you and Amy are now friends? Can I say that you all are close? Does it make a big difference?
Irrespective of the success or failure of the film. I mean, that honestly, touch wood, it's happened till date that the people I've worked with on any team have really we've stayed in touch, and we are really well wishers of each other.
Are you that person who stays in touch, or you are?
No, of course I do.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've never calculated who's makes more efforts, but to be honest, with the makers of Bad Newz, be it Anand Tiwari or Amritpal Singh Bindra, they're like family to me. We worked on our first film together also, like their first film, which is Love Per Square Foot, which is Anand's first film.
Yeah.
So from that point on, we really became friends like family. Yeah. And it's always fun to work with them.
Nice. Now Sunny's movie is coming, and I interviewed him also, and he told me a very funny story about you, Vicky.
Really?
He said, you were getting an award you were nominated, like one of those magazine things where you're the most desirable man.
Oh, yes.
And you were sitting at home and you had a bit of a paunch, and your mother was saying, "Ye dekho, ye hai most desirable."
Well, he was being very sweet if he said a bit of a paunch. It was a proper one, but yeah, my mom has been the reality check for us, and yeah, this is one of the many stories that keep happening at home.
Right. एक घर में 3 actors, एक veteran action director, कौन आपको बताता है कि बॉक्स ऑफिस की literally who is the person who will give you accurately information about what you should do, who will you listen to, who has the best knowledge about box office stories?
What I should do, all of them keep saying just listen to your heart and listen to your own instincts when it comes to script. But when I have to go for advice, it will be I'll go first to my dad and then Katrina if it's script related. And post the release, it's my dad. He's really following up on films in terms of trade and box office and everything. So I know my one point contact is he'll tell me कि पता इतना हो गया, मैंने कहा मुझे भी नहीं पता था इतना हो गया. He's so updated to it. Yeah.
Nice. Is he the person who'll track all the box office, or just your
all in broader strokes, but mine to the very detail. He'll know when a single ticket was also gotten sold.
Wow. We saw you and Rashmika on the ramp. That has got a lot of fans excited because you all are working together. What is she like?
Oh, she's amazing. She's. I don't think I've ever met a person who's just so full of warmth and positivity all the time. All the time. I used to tell her that when she comes on set, there's just a vibe of positivity.
Right.
And she's the sweetest person and the most collaborative person. And I really had a great time working with her on Chava.
Nice.
And we meet each other and we can't keep a straight face on. We just start smiling, and it's just she's very full of joy all the time.
Right.
I don't know how she manages that, but she's just that person.
Right. We'll talk about Chava when that comes. But what was that one-liner that you got hooked onto, that I want to do this, I want to be a part of it?
Chava? Oh, I think just to play Chhatrapati. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj is being born and raised in Mumbai, Maharashtra. I mean, what that word means.
Yeah.
So it's just these are, the thing is, I always keep saying the West needs Avengers to imagine their heroes. We have our superheroes in the past. That's and when you get an opportunity like that, you just take it up.
Right. Is there a genre you would like to explore?
Lots of them. I got to do a lot of action in Chava.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
Now it's I'm really craving for more. So maybe a little bit more of that.
Right.